Good morning and welcome to today's presentation on B2B versus B2C trends with regards to Acumatica Dashboards and Reporting. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to attend. My name is Will Jackman and I am an Acumatica account executive here at Bakerfield Solutions. We will be attempting to cover a lot of ground in a relatively short amount of time today. This is our second week of our 4-week series aiming to demonstrate best practices of an e-commerce business from end to end. If you have any questions, please feel free to type those into the Q&A and I will try to respond accordingly. And if we run out of time, I will follow up via email after the presentation. And with that, let's begin. To recap last week, we took a look at some of the most prevalent e-commerce trends in the industry that we are seeing today. Everything from convenience being absolutely critical in both B2B and B2C environments, as well as a heightened emphasis on cybersecurity. We took a look at the increase of the direct-to-consumer approach, as well as this total commerce exploiting this always-on mindset from consumers. And we finally took a look at driving quality website traffic and converting those individuals that make it. On the Acumatica side, we talked about how Acumatica is accessible from anywhere at any time on any device. We talked about how Acumatica empowers the connected cloud with best-of-breed integrations to other technology software. Acumatica also has a progressive view on licensing that's based off of consumption and not per user fees, which is great when your business is growing and not having to pay for each additional user. We talked about how Acumatica has a native commerce connector to both BigCommerce and Shopify. And we also talked about the inventory and warehouse management functionality that Acumatica possesses. Finally, we talked about the leadership experience of the Bakerfield Solution teams with over 50 years in the IT industry. That experience has awarded us the opportunity to work with many businesses that have household names and present at various local and international conferences. On the agenda for today's presentation, we're going to take a look at some of the B2B and B2C trends, as well as some of the similarities and differences that each have. We will then take a look at some of the different Acumatica Dashboards functionality that exists. And then we will finally take a look at some of the reporting capabilities that Acumatica has to help businesses make informed decisions. What omnichannel marketing and sales means is marketing to consumers through a variety of channels. That can be anything from your website itself to print advertising to email and to social media channels such as LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, amongst others. Omnichannel marketing has really seen an increase in the past couple of years, and it is a trend that we think more businesses are going to continue to utilize moving forward. Multi-channel marketing, businesses can use many of these same communication points to potential customers, but there's a big disparity in how they're used. Omnichannel marketing, true omnichannel marketing is hoping to deliver a consistent brand experience across all these different channels and by doing so, hoping to create brand loyalty by unifying the experience. It utilizes big data to help give trends and insights on specific customers and help create a highly customizable experience for each individual customer. Acumatica is able to help in this omni-channel marketing and sales capacity by offering superior fulfillment functionality, including everything from your pick, pack, and shipping needs, as well as automated pick lists. Acumatica has full functionality in both warehouse management and inventory management, as well as distribution and inventory optimization. Acumatica can help with automatic reorder points so that inventory is always stocked. But if the situation does arise, of course, for a multitude of reasons, drop shipping capabilities directly to businesses is also available. Another similarity that we are seeing is that people are still people. People are still made of the same neurons and chemicals that direct human behavior and have these certain emotions. It's really critical to remember that when you're selling a product, to focus on the benefits the users will receive by purchasing it rather than just the features. Feature-based selling has become a way of the past, and it often can come across as too salesy. And many of the features may not even be applicable to specific customers, and that might dissuade a lot of them from ultimately making a purchase. Attempting to connect to your customers on a psychological level and make them realize that they have to have this product and they can't miss out on this opportunity. One of the big differences between B2B and B2C is that in the B2C realm, it almost always constitutes a single individual making a purchase. This individual may be buying for themselves most of the time, but they can also be buying for a family member, a friend, or a loved one. Due to the individualistic nature, these purchases can be made on a much quicker timeline, and they are extremely motivated by desire. Um, if the need is pressing and you have the ability to fulfill it, customers will buy your product. Another really prevalent trend that we are seeing is the idea that consumers need to feel like they are receiving a promotion or a discount when buying a product. Buying decisions have become are extremely sporadic in nature or one-offs in the B2C world. Customers have become increasingly fickler over the years and are often looking for free shipping or other promotions to help justify making a purchase in their mind. Pricing has become absolutely paramount. There are actually tools that customers can employ on their behalf that will scour the internet and find the cheapest price on one specific product. So even if they like your company better than a competitor, they will almost always assuredly go with the cheaper alternative. One thing that has become absolutely critical in B2C is having packages arrive to consumers' doorsteps within 2 to 3 days. It's become almost an expectation at this point. According to a Linworks article, 95% of consumers say that having delivery options at the checkout plays a role in their decision-making factor. And customers appreciate businesses who are open and honest about delivery times. Consider this scenario where a potential customer has selected multiple items from your web store into their cart and have made it all the way to the checkout process. But when they get to the checkout, they see that it's going to take several weeks for the shipment to arrive. That's going to dissuade a lot of people. It's critical that your web store can deliver a variety of options to consumers, which is something that Acumatica can deliver with shipping carrier integrations to leading companies such as UPS and FedEx. Now we're going to progress to some of the B2B trends. The way that it's very different from B2C is that it's almost always a group decision who are making the buying decision in the B2B world. This insinuates that it is an extremely calculated decision, and it's going to be on a much longer time frame. It can range from anywhere from the 6 to 12 months on average, and it can fluctuate a few months either direction from that. Almost always the pricing comparison between the two is significantly higher in the B2B world, as this is solving a business's problem. According to Google research, 60% of industrial manufacturers are actually conducting research online and then following up with a brand. And then 1.8 trillion is expected in B2B e-commerce sales by 2023, according to a Forrester study, which would account for 17% of all B2B sales. And this is insinuating and showing how paramount it is for businesses to be able to have a web store to offer another way for customers to shop and another profit point for a business. Whereas in the B2C world, it is important how quickly packages can arrive to your doorstep. B2B is entirely focused on will packages arrive on time when they are expected to do so. Across the world, there have been difficulties in the supply chain in the past year or so. It has shown how important it is to have the right partners in place with the right technology. On-time delivery is such an important part of the relationship in the B2B world. As these relationships are generally very long-term in nature, it's critical that you are able to keep your customers satisfied. 90, as I previously mentioned, Acumatica has integration capabilities to leading delivery companies, with both FedEx and UPS being on time at least 90% in the past couple of months. One final point worth mentioning in the B2B side of things is that how important it is to have a variety of payments options when going to the checkout. Some businesses may prefer to have just a credit card option for any purchase orders that they have, but a lot of businesses would love to have the luxury of being invoiced monthly because they might have a lot of purchase orders over the course of a single month. Something that goes hand in hand with this is reorder capabilities, being able to reorder easily and not have to rekey the same order over and over again. With Acumatica, you're able to easily do that as order histories is stored. And so businesses can save significant amount of time instead of having to rekey those items and focus on other elements of their business. One final thing I will point out is how critical custom pricing has become in a B2B environment. It has become an expectation at this point that larger businesses would be able to receive a discount for the large volume of business that they do, whereas somebody that's a lot more infrequent with orders or a lot smaller in size, they would have to pay more so the status quo or just receive a marginal discount from the preset price. So now we're going to take a look at some of the functionality of an Acumatica dashboards. So the first thing that I need to do is pull up a standard web browser, as Acumatica functions in a multitude of these. Just to access Acumatica, again, all you need is a standard internet connection that is stable. And we then will have to put in our username and password. And once we have signed into the system, we'll be directed to our dashboards. And our dashboards give us financial, operational, and organizational information to analyze key trends that are going on in the business. This is a specific example of a controller dashboard. As you can see, there are a variety of different graphs and boxes on the dashboard, which is called widgets by Acumatica. So if we click over to a different dashboard, we'll actually look at now a purchasing manager dashboard. And as you can see, these are extremely different, the widgets between the purchasing manager and somebody involved in the financial operation of the business. The purchasing manager is way more focused on the turnover of inventory items, as well as reordering and receiving. So something I'd like to point out is just how configurable the dashboards are for each individual user based on their roles and permissions. So dashboards are completely customizable. So you can add any different widgets that you may like, such as charts, graphs, or KPIs. And say maybe a widget is no longer that pertinent to your business, you can easily delete that out of your dashboard. You can make widgets larger or smaller. You can completely modify them at any time. And another really cool thing that you can do is actually color code your widgets. So in this particular example, I can see that a couple of my business business orders are overdue on their payments, and I can go in and check out why that is. The dashboards have been designed to be very easy to use and don't need development expertise. And you actually have drill down capabilities into each of these widgets to see where this mission critical data is coming from. And so once I've clicked into a specific widget, I am able to see all of that data that is relevant to that one specific widget, which is helping us make informed decisions quickly for our leadership team to be able to take action. So that gives us a pretty good overview of how Acumatica dashboard functionality works. Now we're going to take a look at the reporting capabilities of Acumatica. The ERP has raw data that is getting filtered by these reports that is turning into actionable numbers. With Acumatica, you have over 250 reports that come out of the box. These are anything from balance sheets, profit and loss statements, general ledger, AP, AR, and so much more. So we're going to actually scroll to the finance tab in this particular example and select our profit and loss statement from our variety of options. As you can see, there are a multitude of things that I can do. Once I've opened this report, I can print this report, I can send it via email to whoever I would like, and then I can export that to both Excel or as a PDF. And as you can see from on the actual report itself, all these numbers are actually hyperlinks. And so I can drill down onto each specific one of these and see where this data is coming from. And if I want to modify the report, all I have to do is click right here. And I can see different input parameters and define the appearance of the actual report itself. So every report has a row set, a column set, and can have a unit set. The row set allows you to define the content and the appearance of the rows. The column set you can compare side by side. And the unit set, of course, is optional, but it can be configured in a way that allows you to show different branches of your company, and so that you can see directly on the profit and loss statement which branches are having the most success, and see that directly, which is a very nice feature to have. To summarize today's presentation, we took a look at some of the B2B versus B2C trends, as well as some of the similarities and functionalities that exist between the two. We took a look at some of the different Acumatica dashboards and how extremely configurable those are. And we finally took a look at some of the reporting capabilities of Acumatica and how they can give us direct insights to the business to help our leadership teams of companies make informed decisions. Next week, we're going to take a look at an integrated web store, highlighting Acumatica and BigCommerce functionality. Please be sure to attend, as this will be a great way to start to get a feel what a web store would look like with Acumatica itself for your business. Thank you so much for your time this morning. My contact information is on screen. Please feel free to reach out for more information or to schedule a demo. We'll be meeting at the same time next week with the same link. I hope to see you all there. Thanks again, everybody.